This video is about Wholesale Engine, net terms, invoices, buyer credit control. Wholesale is more than just pricing. Wholesale selling is very different from retail selling. A retail customer pays immediately, but wholesale buyer often expect negotiated pricing, minimum quantities, payment terms, and ability to purchase on credit. Shopify Plus provides powerful native B2B capabilities for enterprise merchants, but running a wholesale business involves more than simply creating B2B pricing and catalogs. Merchants also need operational tools to understand their buyers, manage invoices, track outstanding payments, and control credit risk. Wholesale Engine adds that operational layer, helping Shopify merchants manage wholesale relationships from buyer approval all the way through payment collection. Let's look at buyer's intelligence. In the wholesale application, you can see this intelligence, and this intelligence is to before extending credit, merchants need visibility into their buyers. Wholesale Engine provides that buyer intelligence using historical purchase activity. Here we can look at the last 12 months of a buyer's activity, understanding order volume, purchasing patterns, and customer value. You can see here there is an outstanding balance of $80 and $280, an average wholesale order, and DTC retail revenue and B2B wholesale revenue. So here you can also see who is the top wholesale buyer. This helps merchants make better decisions about which customer receives payment terms and credit privileges. Now let us look at the wholesale invoices. Here you can see when a wholesale customer purchases using payment terms, Wholesale Engine tracks the invoices separately from the order. Here we can see the customer invoices and their current status. Some invoices have already been paid, but this invoice is overdue. This is a common challenge in wholesale. The order has been delivered, the customer received the products, but payment is still outstanding. Instead of tracking this manually across spreadsheets and emails, merchants have a clear view of their receivables. Protecting your wholesale business. When a buyer has an overdue balance, merchants need control. Wholesale Engine allows merchants to manage buyer access based on their account status. For the customer, we can temporarily freeze wholesale purchasing until the outstanding invoice is resolved. The buyer history remains intact. Previous orders, invoices, and account information are all preserved. The merchant stays in control of who can continue purchasing on credit. Here, if you see, when you add this item to the cart, here says account is frozen because this customer has an overdue of $80. Therefore, this customer cannot continue to order using the wholesale application. Buyer self-service. Buyer also has visibility into their own account. Instead of emailing the merchant to ask about balances or payment statuses, the buyer can view their invoices directly. They can see the invoice details, payment status, and any outstanding balances. This creates transparency for both the sides and reduces manual follow-up. Here you can see the customer, Karen Ruby, is seeing her own invoices are all invoices. The overdue invoices, some of the ones paid, some of the ones canceled. That way, there is no reason to use Excel spreadsheets or calling people to explain things. Wholesale customers can easily see their own invoices and the status of those invoices. Ask about balances or payment statuses. Payment received, update invoices. Once a payment is received, the merchant can update the invoice status. The invoice is now marked as paid by clicking this button, Mark Paid. Wholesale Engine keeps the financial history updated to merchants always know the current state of their wholesale accounts. Restore buyer's account. With the account resolved, the payment paid, the merchant can restore purchasing access. Buyer can continue placing wholesale orders normally. Here you can actually see as soon as the invoice is marked in the wholesale admin by the admin, immediately it changes on the view that customer can see. Here, after the payment has been made for that $80 and the invoice is now clear, customer can go back and reorder anything they want, and the account is not in restrictive mode anymore. Wholesale Engine helps Shopify merchants run a more complete B2B operations without relying on disconnected spreadsheets, manual tracking, or complicated workflows. From pricing and buyers to invoice and credit management, Wholesale Engine helps merchants build stronger wholesale relationship. Learn more about Wholesale Engine and start managing your wholesale business today.